Hello guys and welcome back. So in this video, or from this video on, we need to actually have two accounts just to be able to test two players together, right? So make sure that you go ahead and add in a new or create a new Epic account. And then in your original one, right, go to the organization there, and then you need to actually invite your new account to the organization so that those of the account can test the game. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to log in with the other one, right? Just go ahead and click on invite, type in the email address of your new account. The role can be anything here, but I'd like to go with admin because that way you can access everything from there too, and just click on invite, right? And then your new account should be able to appear in here, right? So let me do that here right away. I think I have another one called this guy, and then admin, invite. Okay, so invitation is sent. You actually have to go to the other email address and then accept it. All right, so I'm here with my other account. Just click on join to join it, and that will bring me there. I need to log in. That's right, because you need to log into that account as well. So it's gonna be a few back and forth, but eventually you can get it in. Oh, now this one. This one. So basically, you accept the invite, log in, and then you should be able to see yourself there in the organization. Yeah, now you have both, right? If you have that, then you should be able to move ahead. Okay, now we can go back here and think about what we need to do, next. So after we create the session, right, we need to actually figure out how to find a session there. Okay, and so to be able to find the session, we also need to use the session pointer. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to do that. I'm gonna go create another function, but this time it's going to be named to find session. Okay. All right. Now, when we're doing the find session, you create the, doesn't like that sometimes. Okay. So when you are trying to find the session, you also have to access the session pointer. If we have that, we're going to ask the session pointer, hey, find the session. Yes, find sessions. Okay, so the first thing is still the player number should be 0, and then you need to actually provide a search setting. So this one is a little bit tricky because it's asking for T-shared reference. A T-shared reference is needed because the search settings you passed in will actually be populated with the data of the search results. So that's why we're passing in a reference, because it's going to be populated. Okay, now to be able to do that, we need to create one first. Okay, so this is going to be of the type F online session search. Oh, session search. Okay, but because we're making a shared reference, we need to actually make one there. T-shared pointer. I'm going to make a T-shared pointer here first and make that equals to make shareable. Okay, and then here we do a new F online session search. Online session search, not settings. Online session search. So this will make a new one, right? And then put that into a shared pointer, and then we can say session search here. When we're passing it in, we can say session search dot to shared ref, and that will be how we do it. Okay. Now, because this data will be populated with the session being found, so this has to be something we can access outside of the function, because this is a asynchronous behavior, right, or a function call. So we will have to subscribe to the delegates, and then when the delegates is invoked, we have to be able to pick this thing, right, to be able to reference it. So this will actually be in our header file there. So let me do that. Okay, and then just to be able to make that work, Interesting, this one is actually a class that actually violates Unreal Engine's naming convention. Interesting. So let me just have a class there. Okay, alrighty. And then we can just go here and say in the init, not only we're asking for the onCreate session complete, we also have to do session pointer fan session completed delegates and add new object. And then we're going to pass in this ampersand EOS game instance colon fan sessions completed. And this will be our function. Okay, let's see what this one needs. It needs basically one parameter, which is successful. Okay, alrighty, easy enough. So I'm gonna go copy that name in the header files. Let's go create the function void fan session completed bool b was successful. Alright, that will be our function, create the definition. And then what do we do next? We'll be checking if B was successful, right? We need to know what session have we found. And just to be able to do that, we need to actually define the search with a bit more information here. So session search dot, arrow, right? We need to make sure that we're searching the correct ones, query settings, search parameters. Maybe that's not the one. Let's see. Should be island query. Yeah, that should be false because we're not searching for a local area network. We're searching for something online, right? Met searching results 100 maybe. Session search. And then let's see if there's something else. I think that should be it. We need to actually search for lobbies. Query settings dot set, and then the key is lobby. Search lobbies, and then value is true. And then eOnline comparison operator. eOnline comparison operator. And then that's going to take, I must have a typo there. eOnline, what's the type? eOnline comparison OP. Okay. Online comparison OP. And then we look for equal. So this basically means that when we're querying, we're looking for lobbies. And you can see there's a bunch more if you click on it. The session settings has things like search dedicated server only, search just the user, right? All kinds of things, right? But now we're searching for lobby, okay? Because we use lobby, okay? Alrighty. So when that's over, then we should be able to start searching. And then when the search is over, here, at this function, we can actually log out what have we found. So we can do for auto lobby found in search settings, session search actually, session search dot search arrow session search results. Yeah. So we're looping through the search results. It's an array of online session search results. Okay, so we can do, I guess, constant f online session search results. Okay, and we can do lobby found dot get session ID string. This is going to be the unique ID of the session. We can log that out. So you log temp, temp warning text found session with ID %s and then a star there. Okay, I think that will be it. Oh, actually this is there. Okay, so now we're able to log it out if we are able to find a session. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and give it a go. I'm gonna go ahead and compile the game and then try to test it. Now this is gonna be a little tricky because when we are trying to run it in a standalone mode, we don't really see the log, right? So if we wanted that to work, we can go to the, I believe in here also, if you go to the advanced settings there, when you're launching the standalone, you can add in additional launch parameters. We can say -log, so that way a log will actually pop up so that we can see the UE log. Alrighty, now let's see if is it still compiling? Yes, let me give it some time to compile. Alright, I do got an error here. I think by accident I have the same name of a member in the base class, maybe. So let's go back here and change it. So I'm gonna call this guy session search settings, maybe. That will be our new name now. Copy that, and then we can look for share pointer. Oh, you know what? I think it's this guy. If we just get rid of that, we'll be fine because we're creating a new one. Yes, maybe that's the problem. Okay, alrighty, let me give it another compilation. Alright, now we're successful. Okay, so let's try to test it. Okay, I'm gonna go to the standalone gameplay, and this time you can see how we got a console popping out. Okay, it's going through all these. Oh, got an error there. It's complaining about the instance there. This might be nothing. I'm gonna try to close the editor and then just rerun it. This happens sometimes when you updating the game from compiling in the engine while the editor is opening. It's not as good as Unreal Engine 4. In my opinion, Unreal Engine 4 is a bit more solid when it comes to like live coding. The new live coding is weird, but anyway, let's try it. Right, I'm gonna go click on this to run it again. So yeah, if something doesn't work for no reason at all, you probably need to just restart it. You can see now we're logging in quite nicely. I mean, not logged in yet, but we have launched it quite nicely. I'm gonna go click on the login. You can see now we're popping up with the login UI. I'm gonna go log in here. There. Ooh, tennis ball. I'm not sure if that's tennis ball. Maybe it is. Alright, I need to get my two-factor authentication code. Let me find it and put it in here and continue. Continue, allow. Okay. Alrighty, so now if we click on create session, we should see our session running. Should be logging in there now. Okay, very nice. Now how do we check, right? How do we find the session? Well, we can't yet because we are not able to call that function here. So my mistake. We need to actually have the UI to do that. So yes, we need to do some UI work. I'm gonna go to the classes and look for the game instance. But rather the main menu here, and we just need to add in a new button called Find Session button. Okay, now the Find Session button will just be asking the game instance to find session. So let's type in that real quick. Find session button, unclicked, add dynamic. Oh, that's you main menu, colon, find session button clicked. Okay, now this function will be very similar to the other two. has no arguments, right? And internally, all we're doing is just ask the game instance to call that fan session function. So like that, fan session. Okay, that should be it. And go back here, and then we do a compilation. All right, now we are finished with compilation. You can see now we got the arrow here in the main menu. Of course, it means that we need to have that button. So I guess we can copy the query session sets box and change that to the fan session button. And then also change the text. Fan session. Alrighty, now we have a new button that should be able to work now. Let's try again, right, this time. And let me log in real quick. You know what? I got a weird arrow here complaining about the main menu. I'm thinking again this is the the lab coding problem. Let me restart the editor and do that again. Alright, now I have logged in. Let's take a look. Right, so we're gonna do some trick here. We need to go first to create a session here. That should make the session, right? But we're not seeing it. Okay, so what we can do is we can actually fall back to the main menu. You can hit the tilde button on the keyboard, which is the button that's below the escape and above the tab button. Tap in some console command. I'm gonna tap in open main menu. Let's open it again. Let's click on fan session. Okay, you can see now we did find the session, right? It's in our log. That's the session with the ID. We can actually copy that ID, Control C, and then go to the website. All right, here. And we can actually look at it in here too if we go to the account or back here to our dashboard. Look for the project settings, right? Go to the game services, and there is a lobby part, right? And then we can search with that lobby ID. Nope, not finding it for some reason. Maybe I'm not in the correct one. Should be. Sometimes it's a little chunky. It should be in there, but if it's not, then we can maybe wait for a bit and see how that turns out to be. This should be there. I guess maybe there's no one connecting. Oh yes, maybe there's no one connecting because I left the lobby, right? I left the lobby. I reloaded the main menu basically, so that lobby could actually be destroyed afterwards. I assume that that's the case. If we search session again, still find it for some reason. Maybe it's locally here. I'm not so sure, right? We'll have to see. But yeah, this video is getting kind of long, so we're gonna try to jump to the next one. We're gonna try to actually do the client side connection, so the client will actually connect after finding the lobby. So if that works, then everything should be okay, right? We'll do that in the next video. See you guys next time.